Ever wondered what fueled the ancient Chinese soldiers as they battled their way through history? Get ready for the top 20 weird foods ancient Chinese soldiers eat. Now let's get started. Number 20. Arrowroot Delight. Welcome, fellow time-traveling taste adventurers. Today we're uncovering the mysteries of Arrowroot Delight, a culinary secret that ancient Chinese soldiers held close to their hearts and stomachs. Just imagine a battlefield, arrows flying, warriors clashing. In the midst of it all, a unique energy-packed meal that fueled these soldiers for the epic battles they faced. Arrowroot, typically known for its medicinal properties, took on a new role as a battlefield snack. These soldiers weren't just wielding arrows, they were devouring them in a creative twist of sustenance. The process was simple but ingenious. Arrowroot was ground into fine flour, mixed with water, and viola. What emerged was a hearty and energizing concoction, ready to be consumed in the heat of battle. Why arrowroot? Well, this starchy root wasn't just a filler, it was a powerhouse of nutrients. Packed with carbohydrates, it provided a quick and sustainable energy boost to these warriors, ensuring they could keep going arrow after arrow. Imagine the surprise of their enemies if they knew that the same arrows raining down on them were also on the menu. The soldiers of ancient China were pioneers in the culinary battlefield, turning the mundane into the extraordinary. Arrowroot Delight wasn't just a meal, it was a symbol of resourcefulness and adaptability, traits essential for survival in the harsh conditions of ancient warfare. Next time you find yourself reaching for a modern energy bar, take a moment to salute the ancient Chinese soldiers who turned arrows into sustenance. It's a reminder that history's pantry is full of unexpected delights, waiting to be uncovered and savored. Number 19. Silkworm Surprise. Get ready to be entangled in the silk-spun web of history as we delve into the surprising world of silkworm surprise, a unique dietary choice that fueled the ancient Chinese soldiers on their arduous journeys. Forget protein bars. These warriors opted for more unconventional source of sustenance, silkworm pupae. The scene, a campfire flickering, soldiers gathered, and instead of traditional rations, they're munching on silkworm pupae. Loaded with nutrients, these little larvae became an unexpected protein-packed powerhouse. The scene, a campfire flickering, soldiers gathered, and instead of traditional rations, they're munching on silkworm pupae. Loaded with nutrients, these little larvae became an unexpected protein-packed powerhouse for the warriors. It's a culinary twist that likely left them pondering the silk roads of taste in the midst of their daily routines. Silkworm pupae, typically associated with silk production, took on a dual role as a secret weapon in the soldiers' dietary arsenal. Rich in protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins, these little larvae provided a traditional boost that kept the soldiers going through the toughest of battles. The soldiers probably didn't expect this twist in their daily ration, but history has a way of surprising us with its culinary choices. The willingness of these warriors to explore unconventional sources of sustenance showcases their adaptability and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. Silkworm surprise isn't just a quirky historical footnote, it's a testament to the ingenuity of ancient Chinese soldiers. They look beyond the obvious, turning an insect typically associated with silk production into a nutritious snack that fueled their conquests. Number 18. Cow's stomach soup. Continuing our gastronomic journey is the peculiar yet hearty cow's stomach soup. And no, your ears didn't deceive you. Ancient Chinese soldiers had a curious belief that sipping on the distinctive concoction would infuse them with the resilience and strength of the mighty cow. Forget about the trendy bone broth of today. These warriors were onto something way more avant-garde. Think of soldiers huddled around a campfire, passing around bowls filled with chunks of cow's stomach swimming in a savory broth. The idea behind this unconventional choice wasn't just about satisfying hunger, but embracing a unique form of gastronomic fortitude. In the world of ancient Chinese military wisdom, it was believed that ingesting the essence of the cow's stomach would transfer its robust attributes to the brave souls preparing for battle. This wasn't just a meal, it was a ritual, a communion with the animal kingdom's resilience. As they slurped down the soup, soldiers might have envisioned themselves embodying the sturdiness of a cow, facing the elements, Perhaps it was a psychological boost as much as a nutritional one. A reminder that they were not just consuming sustenance, but absorbing the very spirit of endurance. So move over, bone broth enthusiasts. Ancient Chinese soldiers were pioneers in the quest for unconventional nourishment, proving that strength could be sipped from a bowl of cow's stomach soup. As we journey deeper into the world of bizarre battlefield bites, one thing becomes clear. These warriors were not just fighting with weapons. They were battling hunger with a taste for the extraordinary. Number 17, ants on a stick. Now let's venture into the wild world of ants on a stick, our crunchy comrades in arms at number 17. The scene, ancient Chinese soldiers, resolute on the battlefield, not wielding swords, marching forward with skewers in hands, each impaled with a multitude of ants. Yeah, you heard it right. Ants on a stick, the unconventional snack that fueled these warriors with protein-packed prowess. In the midst of the chaos and dust of battle, these soldiers found a way to turn pests into power. Ants, typically seen as nuisances in everyday life, became a valuable resource on the front lines. The soldiers, resourceful and perhaps a bit audacious, discovered that these tiny creatures could be transformed into a crunchy and surprisingly protein-rich snack. As they moved through the battlefield, these intrepid warriors would pop an ant or two off their sticks, savoring the unique combination of textures and flavors. The crunchiness of the ants provided a satisfying contrast to the tumultuous surroundings, and the protein content offered a boost of energy for the challenges that lay ahead. Ants on a stick wasn't just a snack. It was a testament to soldiers' ability to adapt and make the most of their surroundings. In a world where every resource counted, these warriors turned to the insect kingdom for sustenance, showcasing a resilience and ingenuity that went beyond the conventional. So the next time you think about snacks on the go, remember the ancient Chinese soldiers who marched with ants on a stick, proving that sometimes the most unconventional bites can give you strength to conquer the battlefield, one crunchy ant at a time. Number 16, snake wine. Brace yourselves for a sip of danger as we slither into the unconventional world of number 16, snake wine. Ancient Chinese warriors, known for their fearless exploits on the battlefield, had a beverage of choice that would make even the boldest modern mixologist raise an eyebrow. Imagine a bottle of fermented wine with a twist, a coiled serpent inside, ready to unleash its potent elixir. Liquid courage, anyone? Snake wine wasn't just the run-of-the-mill libation. It was a bold statement, a concoction that blended the potency of alcohol with the perceived strength of the snake. The process of making this unconventional drink evolved, allowing a venomous snake to marinate in rice wine or grain alcohol, creating a brew that was not for the faint of heart. As these warriors prepared for the challenges ahead, they believed that sipping on snake wine would infuse them with the snake's attributes: resilience, cunning, and an instinct for survival. It was more than just a beverage, it was a ritual, a symbolic communion with the untamed forces of nature. The soldiers gathered around a campfire, passing around a bottle with coiled serpent inside. The clinking of glasses, the hiss of the snake, it was an atmosphere charged with unique energy, a liquid courage that transcended the ordinary. Whether it provided a genuine boost to their prowess or was merely a psychological edge, one thing was certain: snake wine was not your average nightcap. So next time you're sipping on a conventional glass of wine, think about the ancient Chinese warriors who chose to infuse danger into their drinks, snake wine, where liquid courage met the primal spirit, one daring gulp at a time. Number 15, wasp crackers. Hold on to your taste buds as we venture into the world of number 15, wasp crackers. Forget about your mundane saltine crackers. Ancient Chinese soldiers had a penchant for a crispy, zesty treat that would make your snack drawer blush. These warriors marched into battle with a different kind of crunch, a bite-sized buzz, courtesy of wasp crackers. The snack combines the familiar crispiness of crackers with the tangy zing that can only come from the inclusion of wasps. Yes, you heard it right, wasps. Those buzzing insects that usually send us running for cover. For these soldiers, however, wasps weren't just pests. They were a flavorful addition to their culinary arsenal. As the soldiers unwrapped their rations, the aroma of these unique crackers filled the air, a tantalizing blend of baked goodness and a distinct tang of wasps. Each bite provided a symphony of textures and flavors, from the initial crunch to the unexpected burst of zing. It was a snack that awakened the senses and kept the soldiers alert in the midst of the battlefield chaos. Wasp crackers weren't just about sustenance, they were a statement of resilience and adaptability. In the face of adversity, these warriors turned to the unlikeliest sources for a snack, and not only satisfied their hunger, but also added a touch of audacity to their daily rations. So the next time you reach for a conventional cracker, consider the ancient Chinese soldiers who opted for more adventurous bite. Wasp crackers, where crispy meets zesty, and a bite-sized buzz accompanied warriors into the heart of the battlefield. Number 14. Bitter Melon Surprise. Let's delve deeper into the intriguing world of our number 14 pick, the Bitter Melon Surprise. Imagine being an ancient Chinese soldier gearing up for battle, and your pre-fight ritual involves sinking your teeth into a bitter melon. It's not just exactly the sugary indulgence we associate with snacks today, but for these soldiers, it was a deliberate choice to build resilience and fortitude. Bitter melons, known for their sharp, astringent taste, were more than just a side dish for these warriors. They believed that embracing the bitterness would toughen them both physically and mentally, turn their stomachs into bastions of strength. It's like they were cultivating a taste of adversity right alongside their combat skills. In a world where sweetness was often a rare luxury, bitter melons became an unsung heroes of the ancient Chinese soldiers' diets. They were like original power bars, a natural, unprocessed source of nutrients that fueled these soldiers through the rigors of warfare. Let's see these soldiers stoically chomping down on bitter melons, their faces contorting with every bite, but their spirits unwavering. It wasn't just a snack, it was a statement of resilience, a declaration that they could handle the bitterness of battle and the bitterness on their plates. And let's not forget, while we're savoring our desserts today, these soldiers were developing a taste for a different kind of sweetness, the victory that came with enduring the bitter challenges they faced. So the next time you shy away from bitter flavors, remember the ancient Chinese soldiers who embraced the bitterness to become true warriors. Number 13, deer penis soup. Hold on to your ladies, folks, because at number 13, we're diving into the steamy cauldron of deer penis soup, a concoction that's sure to raise eyebrows and, well, other things. Just think of ancient Chinese soldiers huddled around their campfire, slurping down a broth rumored to infuse them with stamina and vitality. Yes, you heard it right. Deer anatomy took center stage in this strange brew for strength. The belief behind deer penis soup was as bold as the flavor it promised. Soldiers thought that by consuming this unusual broth, they could absorb the virility and endurance of the mighty deer, challenging the essence of this majestic creature into their own bodies. It wasn't just a meal, it was a potion, a magical elixir in a bowl. As the soldiers spooned the questionable soup into their mouths, one can only imagine the conversations around the campfire. Perhaps they exchanged tales of legendary stags with boundless energy, hoping that a hearty serving of deer penis soup would confer similar traits upon them. While the scientific efficacy of this ancient culinary practice remains uncertain, there's no denying the audacity of those soldiers who chose to slurp down a broth that was quite literally a testament to their pursuit of strength. Deer penis soup, where myth met the simmering cauldron, creating a brew that blurred the lines between boldness and bizarreness, all in the name of battlefield vitality. Talk about stirring the pot. Number 12, cricket snacks. Get ready to tune into the crunch as we hop into the world of number 12, cricket snacks. Forget about the typical crunch of chips. Ancient Chinese soldiers had a penchant for a snack that brought a symphony of sounds to their battlefield rations. Crickets, known for their distinct chirping, took center stage as a crunchy and protein-rich addition to the soldiers' menu. Talk about an audible snack that literally hopped its way into their sustenance. See the soldiers stationed in their camps, reaching into their pouches for a handful of cricket snacks. These weren't your ordinary potato chips. They were tiny winged warriors of the insect kingdom, transformed into a savory protein-packed delight. The audible crunch of each cricket became a chorus in the midst of the battlefield, a soundtrack to accompany the soldiers' daily routines. Crickets, often associated with their chirping sounds in nature, were repurposed from the noisemakers to nourishment. The soldiers, ever resourceful, discovered that these tiny creatures packed a protein punch that could sustain them through the challenges of war. As the soldiers crunched away on their cricket snacks, one can only imagine the cacophony of sounds that filled the air. A chorus of both nature and the warriors indulging in a snack that was as audible as it was unconventional. The next time you're reaching for a bag of chips, consider the ancient Chinese soldiers who opted for a crunch that could be heard on the battlefield. Cricket snacks, where the crunch wasn't just a snack, but a symphony of sustenance that hopped its way into the soldiers' rations. Number 11. Century Egg Roulette. Now let's explore deeper into the breakfast gamble that was Century Egg Roulette. Holding down the fort at our number 11 spot, pretend that you're a battle-hardened ancient Chinese soldier, hungry after a night of guarding the empire. You reach for an egg, expecting a regular protein boost, but this is no ordinary egg. These soldiers were the true daredevils of the breakfast table, playing a high-stakes game with their morning meal. The century egg, also known as the 100-year egg, or preserved egg, wasn't exactly fresh out of the coop. No, it had been patiently marinated in a mixture of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice straw for weeks or even months. It's the kind of culinary Russian roulette that would make your modern avocado toast seem downright mundane. As they cracked open these peculiar eggs, soldiers faced the thrilling uncertainty of what waited them inside. Would it be a delicacy transformed by time, or a pungent surprise that could turn the strongest stomachs? Turning translucent and taking a jelly-like consistency, while the yolk would develop a creamy texture with distinct savory flavor. It's a breakfast choice that raises eyebrows even today, but for these ancient warriors, it was just another day on the culinary battlefield. Forget about cereal. They were starting their mornings with a culinary adventure, proving that sometimes a little risk at the breakfast table can spice up your day in ways that you never imagined. So if you're feeling brave, maybe consider adding a century egg to your breakfast rotation. Just be prepared for a flavor explosion that transcends time. Number 10. Bamboo Shoot Bonanza. Prepare for a flavor explosion because we're charging into the runner-up position on our list with the Bamboo Shoot Bonanza at number 10. These ancient Chinese soldiers weren't just wielding bamboo as weapons. They were turning its shoots into a crunchy, tender delicacy that added a whole new dimension to their culinary repertoire. You see soldiers in the heart of ancient China foraging for bamboo shoots amidst the lush greenery. These weren't just any side dish, they were the soldiers' secret weapon, a crunchy and tender burst of flavor that provided both sustenance and textural adventure. The Bamboo Shoot Bonanza wasn't just about filling bellies, it was a celebration of resourcefulness. In a world where every part of nature had a purpose, bamboo shoots became a versatile and delectable addition to the soldiers' menu. Crunchy enough to add excitement to their meals, yet tender enough to be a satisfying side. These shoots became the unsung heroes of the ancient Chinese battlefield cuisine. Now imagine the soldiers gathered around a campfire, sharing stories of conquests and munching on bamboo shoots. It was more than just a meal. It was a connection to nature, a nod to their ingenuity, and perhaps a testament to their dental resilience. So the next time you crunch into a salad or stir fry with bamboo shoots, tip your hat to these ancient warriors who turned crafting materials into a culinary bonanza. Number 9. Centipede Stir Fry. Tickle your taste buds for a wriggling adventure as we venture into the world of number 9, Centipede Stir Fry. Ancient Chinese warriors weren't just battling on the front lines, they were also battling their hunger with a protein-packed and exotic feast that would make even the bravest modern foodie think twice. Move over, chicken. There's a new bug in town. The soldiers gathered around their campfires with woks in hand, ready to turn an unexpected protein source into a savory delight. Centipede stir-fry wasn't just a meal, it was a culinary statement, a bold move to diversify their diet with wriggling critters that frequented their surroundings. As the centipede sizzled in the wok, the aroma of this exotic stir-fry would have wafted through the air, creating an olfactory experience that would be both intriguing and, for some, a bit intimidating. The soldiers, however, saw beyond the creepy exterior and recognized the potential for a protein-packed addition to their rations. Centipedes, known for their swift movements and numerous legs, weren't just creepy crawlers in the soldiers' eyes. They were a source of sustenance, a way to add variety and nutrition to their diets. In a world where resources were scarce, these warriors showcased their ingenuity by turning to the insect kingdom for an unconventional and protein-rich feast. So the next time you're contemplating dinner options, think about the ancient Chinese soldiers who embraced the bold flavors of centipede stir-fry. Move over conventional meats. These warriors knew that sometimes to conquer hunger on the battlefield, you had to be willing to stir-fry a few unexpected ingredients. Number 8. Chicken feet salad. Prepare your palate as we tiptoe into the world of number 8. Chicken feet salad. Forget about their regular Caesar or garden salads. Ancient Chinese soldiers were taking their greens to a new height by tossing in some crunchy kicks. Yes, chicken feet. Imagine a salad that not only satisfied hunger, but also delivered a quirky yet satisfying crunch with every bite. In the midst of the battlefield, soldiers weren't just crunching leaves, they were savoring the unique texture of chicken feet, a part of the bird not typically associated with salads in modern times. These warriors, always on the lookout for inventive ways to spice up their rations, discovered that chicken feet brought out not only crunch, but also a distinctive flavor to their culinary repertoire. As the soldiers prepared their makeshift salads, the clatter of chicken feet hitting the bowls would have added a new dimension to the battlefield ambiance. The crunch of these unconventional salad ingredients became a symbol of resourcefulness and adaptability in the face of limited resources. So step aside, Caesar, because there's a new salad in town, one where the crunch feet factor comes from the unexpected inclusion of chicken feet. These soldiers weren't just crafting a meal, they were creating a culinary statement that showcased their ability to turn even the most unconventional ingredients into a satisfying and quirky dish. Whenever you indulge in a bowl of salad, think about the ancient Chinese soldiers who elevated their greens with the crunch of chicken feet. Chicken feet salad, where toes got involved, adding a surprising and delightful twist to the soldiers' battlefield dining experience. Number 7. Jujube Jamboree. Brace yourself for a burst of sweetness because we're now entering the bronze medal round of our Weird Foods Tour with the Jujube Jamboree at lucky number 7. Move aside, candy bars. These ancient Chinese warriors had a trick up their sleeves, and it came in the form of nature's chewy sweet power-up, the humble jujube. Imagine a battlefield where soldiers, instead of unwrapping chocolate bars, were reaching into their pouches for these small reddish-brown fruits. Jujubes, also known as red dates, were not just a tasty treat, they were a source of natural energy that fueled these warriors through the trials and tribulations of ancient warfare. The Jujube Jamboree wasn't just a snack, it was a strategic choice, packed with vitamins, minerals, and natural sugars. Jujubes provided a quick and sustainable energy boost, the ideal companion for soldiers engaged in long marches and intense battles. Forget about artificial additives. These soldiers opted for the pure, unadulterated goodness of nature. Check this out. A group of warriors huddled together, swapping war stories and munching on jujubes. It was more than just a snack break. It was a communal ritual, a shared moment of respite in the midst of chaos. So the next time you reach for a candy bar to power through your day, think about the ancient Chinese soldiers who found their energy in the simple yet mighty jujube. Number 6. Lotus Root Lips. Fellow history enthusiasts, let us embark on a journey to the flavorful battlefield of ancient China, where soldiers not only fought with swords, but also indulged in a unique battle snack, lotus root lips. Close your eyes and picture these warriors puckering up to lotus roots, turning an ordinary vegetable into a lip-smacking delight that fueled their conquests. In the midst of ancient battles, soldiers would reach for lotus roots not just for sustenance, but for a burst of essential vitamins that kept them in fighting shape. These soldiers had an unexpected ally in the form of this versatile and nutritious root, transforming the notion of battlefield snacks. Lotus roots, with their distinct appearance resembling a string of connected air bubbles, became more than just a side dish. They were a culinary secret weapon, providing soldiers with crispy and refreshing snack that not only satisfied their taste buds, but also nourished their bodies. Packed with vitamins, particularly vitamin C and B complex vitamins, lotus roots offered a natural boost to the soldiers' immune systems and energy levels. Imagine the scene, warriors taking a moment to munch on these nutrient-rich slices, revitalizing themselves for the challenges that lay ahead. Lotus root lips weren't just a delicious diversion from the hardships of war, they were a symbol of the soldiers' resourcefulness and their ability to find sustenance in unexpected places. In the world of ancient Chinese warfare, where adaptability was key, lotus roots stood out as a unique and valuable addition to their dietary arsenal. Next time you enjoy a crunchy snack, remember the soldiers of ancient China who puckered up to lotus roots for both sustenance and flavor. Number 5. Scorpion skewers. Hold on tight because at number 5 we're about to explore the daring world of scorpion skewers. Ancient Chinese soldiers were not content with merely battling human foes. They decided to spice things up by taking on scorpions as well. Forget about traditional protein sources. These warriors turned into creepy crawly into culinary conquest. Can you imagine the scene? Out in the field, a group of soldiers gathered around a makeshift grill, skewering scorpions with the precision of seasoned chefs. It wasn't just survival, it was a statement, a bold move to show that no challenge, no matter how venomous, was too daunting for these brave souls. The art of turning scorpions into skewers wasn't just for shock value, it was a testament to the resourcefulness of the ancient Chinese soldiers. In times when food supplies were scarce, they looked beyond the conventional and found sustenance where others would hesitate. Grilled to perfection, these scorpion skewers might have been a bit crunchy, a tad nutty, and well, definitely exotic. It was a daring departure from the mundane, a feast that transformed the battlefield into a banquet and the soldiers into a culinary adventures. Before you think twice about trying a new dish, remember these ancient warriors who fearlessly turned scorpions into skewers, proving that sometimes the most unexpected choices make for the most unforgettable meals. If you're feeling bold, consider adding scorpion skewers to your barbecue bucket list. Number 4. Pickled Pig's Feet Fiesta. Earning its spot at number 4, the Pickled Pig's Feet Fiesta, yeah, you heard it right. Ancient Chinese soldiers weren't merely satisfied with conventional meats. They elevated their protein game to a whole new level by indulging in the world of pickled pigs' trotters. Picture a culinary extravaganza on the battlefield, a celebration of flavor, preservation, and downright audacity. These soldiers weren't just fueling their bodies, they were making a statement, pushing the boundaries of taste and culinary ingenuity. Pickled pig's feet may sound like an eccentric choice for modern palates, but for those ancient warriors, it was a delicious way to ensure no part of the animal went to waste. The pickling process not only preserved the meat, but it also infused it with a unique tang that set it apart from your average ration. Move over, pickles. These soldiers were on a pickling spree, turning everything from vegetables to pig's feet into briny delights. It wasn't just about sustenance, it was a flavorful rebellion against the mundane, a culinary adventure in the midst of chaos. So the next time you savor a gourmet pickled delicacy, tip your hat to the ancient Chinese soldiers who turned pickling into an art form, transforming pickled pig's feet into the pinnacle of their gastronomic escapades. Stay tuned for more surprising tales from the dining tables of history. Stay curious, stay hungry, and if you dare, consider hosting your very own Pickled Pete's Fiesta, a fiesta fit for the bold and adventurous. Number 3. Carp Scales Crunch. Now let's dive into the battlefield crunch fest that takes the 3rd spot on our list, the Carp Scales Crunch. Imagine strolling through an ancient Chinese military camp, and instead of the usual sounds of clashing swords, you hear a distinct crunching underfoot. That's right, these weren't potato chips, these were carp scales being devoured like the ultimate crunchy snack. Ancient Chinese soldiers, always a resourceful bunch, didn't just stop at the flesh of the carp. They went for the scales, turning a fishy byproduct into a battlefield delicacy. Forget about your typical army rations. These warriors were on a mission to turn every part of their catch into sustenance. So why carp scales? Well, beside being an excellent choice of calcium, these scales provided a unique texture that added an extra layer of satisfaction to the soldiers' munching experience. Just imagine it. The soldiers sitting around the campfire swapping war stories and chomping down on carp scales like they were the crispiest of snacks. It's a culinary choice that might raise an eyebrow or two in our modern chip-dominated world. But for those ancient soldiers, it was a practical and flavorful way to make the most out of their food resources. Who needs trail mix when you can have carp scales crunch? The next time you're snacking on your favorite bag of chips, just remember, ancient Chinese soldiers were crunching on something a little more aquatic. Number 2. Bamboo rat, a unique rodent indigenous to bamboo forests, emerged as an unexpected yet abundant source of sustenance for soldiers in certain regions. This unconventional dietary choice became popular among military ranks due to its availability and nutritional richness. The bamboo rat was more than just a meal. It became a practical solution for soldiers seeking sustenance in the midst of their demanding lifestyle. Considered a nutritional powerhouse, bamboo rats were believed to offer nourishment to essential bodily functions, particularly benefiting the spleen, stomach, and blood. Its inclusion in the soldier's diet showcased an ingenious use of local resources to meet the demands of sustenance during times of conflict. Soldiers, often facing challenging conditions in the field, relied on the bamboo rat's meat as a protein source that could sustain them through arduous marches and intense battles. The adaptability of bamboo rat to various cooking methods made it a versatile addition to the soldiers' culinary repertoire. Whether roasted, stewed, or fried, this rodent provided a flavorful and protein-packed option, contributing to the soldiers' energy reserves. The bamboo rat's integration into the soldier's diet also reflected the resourcefulness of individuals during times of scarcity. Its abundance in bamboo forests made it a readily available and practical choice, demonstrating how soldiers turned to local fauna for nourishment when conventional food sources were scarce. In the historical context of war, the bamboo rat became more than just a meal. It embodied resilience, adaptability, and the ability to thrive in challenging circumstances. As soldiers sought sustenance on the battlefield, the bamboo rat played a vital role in their nutritional survival, showcasing the intriguing ways in which culinary traditions intersect with the practicalities of military life. Number 1. Pig's brain pudding. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves as we unveil the piece de resistance, the showstopper that claims the coveted number 1 spot on our list, pig's brain pudding. Now, don't be misled by the name. This wasn't your typical grandma's dessert. Ancient Chinese soldiers had a penchant for a unique dish that would make even the bravest culinary adventurer think twice. Forget about pudding cups, this was brain food, quite literally. Imagine soldiers gathered around their makeshift dining area, exchanging battle stories while indulging in a dish that aimed to sharpen more than just their appetites. Pig's brain pudding wasn't just a culinary oddity, it was a concoction believed to enhance the soldiers' cognitive abilities, making it the go-to meal for those seeking a mental edge on the battlefield. As the soldiers spooned into the pudding, the creamy texture of pig's brain, mixed with other ingredients, would have been an acquired taste, to say the least. Yet the soldiers weren't just savoring a meal, they were partaking in a ritual that connected their sustenance to the very organ associated with intelligence. The belief was that by consuming the brain of the pig, known for its relative intelligence in the animal kingdom, the soldiers could absorb a bit of that cognitive prowess. It was a bold culinary experience that showcased the soldiers' determination to harness every possible advantage, even if it meant venturing into uncharted territories of taste. So the next time you're reaching for brain-boosting supplements, consider the ancient Chinese soldiers who opted for a more unconventional source of mental fortitude. Pig's brain pudding, where brain food took on a literal meaning and soldiers indulged in a unique dish to sharpen their wits on the battlefield. Thanks for joining us on this wild journey through the taste buds of ancient Chinese soldiers. Tell us which one surprised you the most. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.